if you guys can see, it's that purple wire right there's busted loose from inside that connector, and that's what's causing it not to be able to so you got to get that connector out of there and actually repair that wire and get it back inside that connector properly. And you'll either have to order a pigtail from GM, or you're going to have to, just so you can see me move the wire around. Let me see if I can reach down in there. You'll have to order a pigtail from GM and splice back into that harness because it's a common problem. But also at the same time, with this key forward, it's foot on the brake, trying to shift it out of park. One thing that you can do is you can reach back down in here, right next to the side of this console. There's a little silver button back down in here. My finger's on it. Trying to get you a better view of it. And that will let this, pushing this button in will let this shifter come back out. So while I'm holding it here, so now it's in, put it back in and it won't go no more. Foot's on the brake. So now I'll do the repair to that wire, and then I'll do I'll show you guys what's going on after. So I've got this console pulled back, and there are 4 screws inside the cup holder area, and you pull those four screws out of there, and you can actually just pick this console up and pull it straight back away from the shifter. And then the cigarette lighter thing actually unclips. You can actually just set this out of the way and lift the shifter up right here. You don't got to pull this whole thing out of here like some of these guys are doing. And then my battery's a little low right now on my phone, but I'll show you where the broken wires are. You can lift this up. You can lift it up enough, just let it sit on the seat and cock it sideways. You don't got to pull this whole thing out of here. And right back in here, there's a set of wires. I'm sorry guys, it's so dark. You got a light on your phone? No, I'm making a video while I'm doing this. You can see right here.
Oh, you gotta push the flashlight.
You see that connector right there?
I'm making a video for real.
You can see where these wires are broken and they busted out of the connector. And when you repair those wires and you put them back in that connector, you'll get your shift lock back and you'll get your key ignition back. But if you have an emergency situation, this button right here is what you use to reach down the side of the console, as you've seen earlier in the video, and it will actually release the shift lock for you. But make sure you keep your foot on the brake when you do it. Anyway, we'll continue the repair and I'll show you guys when it's done. Okay guys, what you're going to want to do when you pull this connector out of here is don't put something behind it like I did trying to open it up. Put something in front of the tabs, because this thing is a pain in the ass to get out of here if you don't know, excuse my language. So you pull it out, you notice all these wires are broken. So you can see right now the green wire, tab facing to the left, the green wire's in the center. And then, let's see here, purple wire, trying to figure out which one goes where. Purple wire's on the bottom right, so down here. Purple wire goes here, green wire goes in the center, and black wire goes on top. Hook those back up and you'll be back in business. Okay guys, I'm going to continue on. I want you guys to see what I'm doing here. I'm pushing these little tabs right here in the corner. You probably can't see it very well because the focus is not. Put this little flathead, you can put a little flathead right here and push these little tabs in right here in this crease. I'm just, see it just popped out. And then take this blue tab out. You can grab that green wire. See, it's not coming out of there. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to grab a bobby pin and put it in the square small insert part right there, and push that little tab back, and that pin will slide right out of there. And then you can strip that out of there if you want, cut that wire back and put it back in. They do make an upgrade kit for this, but if you don't want to spend the money, open that connector back up, solder that new wire back in there and put it in. I'm on the road doing a service call right now. It's an emergency, so I'm going to have to do it, leave it just like this. I'll continue on. I'll be right back. Resources. I went and got a bobby pin. I'm going to show you guys how to depin this, if it'll go in there. So right in the top of the square part, slide this in there. So this one's a little too big and I'll probably end up damaging the connector. I don't want to do that. There it goes. Slide it in there and it'll unlock. Oh, don't do me like that. Gotta go all the way down in there. There it goes. See, I kept pushing it, wiggling it back and forth. That popped out. Popped out some more. Now, this little piece that I have left, I'm going to solder that wire back to this. I mean, if you were really in a pinch, you could be careful and open these up, but I don't recommend that. So, I'm going to get these put back together, and I'll put this back in there. Now you guys know how to depin them. Basically what you're doing is you're taking this pin while this is in the connector, and you're going to run it back. You're going to run it right along this tongue where that square slot is, and you're going to push that little tab back, and it's going to slide right out of there. Alright, I'll be just back. For now, until I can get the updated connector in there, what I did was I pulled some more of that green wire back. So if I can get in there closer, get a better view for you. I pulled some more of that green wire back and I shoved it back up in this housing right here, just to get by for right now until I can get a new updated connector. Shoved it in there, and the girl doesn't want to spend a lot of money right now until I get the connector. So what I'll do is, which that makes sense because you want the good part in there first to go put money in it. And give a little tug here. No, it don't come back and forth. I'm actually pulling on it pretty good. And then when you want to bend that locking tab right here back out, see the tab that's kind of, this little tab by my thumb sticking out a little bit right here. Just take your bobby pin, put it up in the back side of it. You can actually push that locking tab back out. And then remember how it's oriented. The locking tab goes to the back side, and you'll just slide it right in there. Like so. And don't put no more stress on the wire when you go to push it in there. Take your pin and work it a little bit. You're gonna have to, it's gonna be tough. Or you can, so here, push it in there, push it all the way up, got it locked in. It's all the way at the top now. Give it a little tug, make sure it stays, and it stays. And then go ahead and pull out your next pin. This one's going to be a booger to get out because it's down in there. You're just going to have to work it and push at it, and eventually it'll unlock and it'll come out. Alright guys, I'll be back when I get the wires put back in. Okay, here it is, all put back in there. I heard it clicking a bunch when I put it in, so we shall see. I'm going to order the new connector, and then when it comes in I'll change it out. No. Put it in park. Yeah. Key?